Khajiit says. Subscribe to Petty Rick.
The Khajiit are one of the 10 playable races in the Elder Scrolls series. Hailing from the province of Elsewhere, they are known for their cat-like appearance, their natural agility, and their skooma habits. In the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, there are only 29 named Khajiit in the entire game, most working as merchants or bodyguards for the caravans that travel all throughout the region. And while Skyrim is a far cry from their homeland, the Khajiit people still have a presence in the land of the Nords, despite its blatant racism, civil wars, dragons, draugr, bandits, corruption, crime, Daedra, Thalmor, vampires, trolls, giants, bears, werewolves, spiders. Actually, you know what? Why do the Khajiit come to Skyrim? Elsewhere seems way cooler. Anyways, here's every Khajiit in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Enjoy! We're gonna start off hot with arguably one of the best companions in the game, J'zargo. J'zargo is a student attending the College of Winterhold. As one of your classmates should you join the college yourself, J'zargo plays a minor role in the college questline, only appearing in a lecture at the beginning of the quest and during the excavation at Saarthal. After the excavation, he returns to the college halls and can be found practicing magic in the Hall of the Elements. If you talk to him, he will offer you a quest where he tasks you with testing his Flame Cloak scrolls on any undead creature. If you do, you will find that the Flame Cloak explodes and does significant damage to your health. When you return to him, he apologizes and thanks you for helping him out. After this, J'zargo can become a follower. He uses destruction as his primary choice of magic, and mainly uses shock spells when attacking enemies. Overall, he's pretty good in combat, and a fun companion to take on your journeys. During the Dark Brotherhood questline, after you kill Grelod the Kind, you will be kidnapped and taken to an abandoned shack by Astrid. She tells you that because you stole a Dark Brotherhood contract, you must kill one of these 3 individuals if you want to be set free without just straight up killing her. One of these individuals is a Khajiit named Vasha. Vasha claims that he is an obtainer of goods, taker of lives, and defiler of daughters. You sick fuck. If you talk to him, he threatens you by saying,
"Tell you what, you release me and I promise my associates will not hunt you down like an animal and butcher you in the street."
All of his dialogue implies that he is some kind of vicious criminal, and many agree that he is the best choice to kill given his nature. However, I think he's the best choice to kill because cats have 9 lives, so if I kill him, he'll just come back to life, right? Huh, guess not. Earlier I mentioned that most of the Khajiit work for the caravans, which holds true when you find out that out of the 29 named Khajiit in the game, 11 of them work for the caravans. Each member of the caravan is not that fleshed out, so we're gonna do a quick lightning round. There are 3 separate caravan groups, and they are led by Risad, Madran, and Akari. The latter 2 Khajiit are both sworn to Risad and pay him a percentage of their revenue. This is because, according to Madran and Akari themselves, they both had hard lives before Risad recruited them, as Madran was an orphan living on the streets of Corinth, and Akari was a wanted criminal in Cyrodiil and in Elsewhere. Risad's caravan consists of him, Kayla the bodyguard, Ataba the fence, and Marandrujo, who's just kinda there. The next caravan consists of Akari, Karjo, Zanabi, and Dromarash. Akari is the merchant who will sell you her wares. Karjo is the bodyguard who can become a follower if you recover his moon amulet from some bandits. Zanabi can become a fence for the Thieves Guild, and Dromarash is a trainer who will raise your speech skill for a price. The third and final caravan consists of Madran, Majahad, and Razinda. Madran is a merchant, Majahad is a fence and can also train you in lockpicking, and Razinda is a bodyguard. Oh man, those were hard to pronounce. I wish I could give you more on these characters, but the only quests they have are Skooma/Moon Sugar delivery quests and Karjo's Moon Amulet quest. Oh, and also Marandrujo has a Dark Brotherhood contract on him. Sorry man, but 20 coins is 20 coins. If you head to the Dwemer ruins of Alfdland, you'll find the remains of an expedition gone wrong the deeper you delve into the remains of the Dwemer city. The first encounter you'll have with this failed expedition is when you first enter the icy caves that lead to the city, where you'll find the body of a dead Khajiit named J'zar. If you read his journal, it suggests that his brother Jadar is a skooma addict, and during that expedition, he was experiencing withdrawal symptoms that were making him hallucinate. Deeper in the cave, you can find Jadar in a crazed state, rambling to himself about his lost skooma. Interacting with Jadar makes him immediately hostile, forcing the player character to kill him. From what we can tell, it seems that after running out of skooma, Jadar accused Jazar of hiding more from him, leading to Jadar promptly killing him. A sad tale to be sure, this encounter really shows us the effects of skooma abuse and what it can lead people to do. One of the big groups of Khajiit is the hunters that can be found at Bloated Man's Grotto. Dead. They can be found at Bloated Man's Grotto. Dead. At the end of the quest, ill-lit by moonlight, the Dragonborn is given a cursed ring by a werewolf named Sinding, and the curse can only be lifted by Hircine, the spirit of the hunt. Hircine says he will lift the curse if you hunt down Sinding and skin his hide during the Bloodmoon Hunt. You then travel to Bloated Man's Grotto and find a Khajiit named Jakir, who when spoken to, says,
The prey is strong, stronger than the hunters. Bring him down for the glories of Lord Hircine.
Then he succumbs to his wounds and dies. You then encounter Sinding, who offers you a choice, either spare him or kill him. If you choose to spare him, a group of hostile hunters sent by Hircine spawns in, and Sinding fucks them up. The Khajiit in this group consist of Ajisi, Matassar, Rakiran, and Trasuna, all of whom have no other purpose or traits other than to get absolutely massacred by Sinding. Rest in peace, guys. You died doing what you loved, and that was getting absolutely torn to shreds by a werewolf. If you head northwest to the Shrine of Periite, you can find a Khajiit named Kesh the Clean. Kesh is a worshipper of the Daedric Prince of Pestilence and Disease, Periite. When speaking to Kesh, he tells you that if you wish to commune with Periite, you must bring him a collection of items in order for him to make an incense that will allow you to speak with the Daedric Prince. If you bring him the ingredients, he will mix them into a fume that he has you inhale. Once the incense is in your system, you will see appear before you an aspect of Periite, who will send you off to a dwarven ruin to kill his former champion. Kesh does not have much else to him, besides being a Periite meat rider, having a great sense in hoods, and being an amazing drug cook. There are 3 Khajiit who work for the fascist Thalmor. One of them is a cook in the Thalmor embassy named Tsavani, whose only dialogue is being blackmailed by Malborn into letting you sneak around the embassy during the quest Diplomatic Immunity.
Who comes, Malborn? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Tsavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Damn, that's harsh, Malborn. Moon sugar addiction is a real issue, and you're taking advantage of it. That's a dick move. During the quest, A Cornered Rat, once you enter Riften, you'll find an unfamiliar Khajiit female named Shavari wandering the streets. If you attempt to talk to her, she'll brush you aside and say,
Go away, if you know what's good for you.
If you pickpocket her, or kill her and check her body, you'll find a note that reads,
I have good reason to believe the target will be coming to Riften in the next few days. Discretion is preferred, but the elimination of the target is of the highest priority. The usual restrictions on exposure are lifted. You will be reassigned outside of Skyrim if necessary without penalty. Do not fail me. E.
The E obviously stands for Elenwyn, the Thalmor ambassador in Skyrim, and it seems she's trying to have you killed. After you retrieve Esbern from the Ratway, if you head back into the streets of Riften, Shavari will attack you on sight, to which you respond with, After you complete the Diplomatic Immunity quest, if you head to Windhelm, you can find Malborn in the New Guinness Corner Club, where he tells you that he is trying to flee the country. But he can't leave the city because there is a Thalmor assassin waiting for him at the gate. If you head outside of Windhelm, you'll find a Khajiit man named Jadathar hanging around the caravans looking rather suspicious. If you talk to him, he'll tell you to go away. But if you ask the members of the caravan about Jadathar, they'll tell you,
You must mean that one over there. He is not one of us. Thalmor filth, eh? Giving all Khajiit a bad name.
See, that's why Madran is the GOAT. He doesn't tolerate Thalmor fascism. After getting confirmation that Jadathar is a spy, you can engage him and end him once and for all, allowing Malborn to flee Skyrim safely. During the quest, Lights Out, you're tasked by an Argonian named Jari Ra to sabotage the Solitude Lighthouse, so an incoming Imperial ship will crash, which will allow him and his bandit buddies to rob the ship of all its valuables. Once you get to the lighthouse, you are met with a Khajiit lighthouse keeper named Mazaka. A sailor in his earlier years, Mazaka now looks after the lighthouse in his retirement. If you talk to him while doing the Lights Out quest, he'll call for the guards. However, if you greet him under normal circumstances, he will maintain a more friendly disposition. What's funny is that when he calls the guards, they don't actually come, making this entire encounter pretty awkward. There are two named Khajiit bandits in Skyrim. The first is named Rajir, and he can be found in Frostmere Crypt. During the quest, The Pale Lady, you find out that the bandit group that resides in the crypt found a sword in an underground forest while searching for treasure. As time went on, one of the bandits named Rajir started having nightmares about a pale lady coming to kill them all. Rajir then decided that he had enough of the nightmares and went back down into the forest to return the sword. Once the Dragonborn reaches the forest, Rajir is being attacked by the pale lady and her wisps. He ultimately dies, and you can loot the sword from his body and kill the pale lady with it. Seems like Rajir's attempt to save himself, ironically, ended up causing his demise. The other named Khajiit bandit in Skyrim is named Alvasorr the Rat, who can be found at Archwind Point. Alvasorr wears a set of Falmer armor and is said to be a priest of Namira according to this note you can find near Darklight Tower. He also carries a unique axe called Namira's Itch, which has the unique traits of absorbing 30 points of stamina and doing more base damage than the normal Falmer axe. Alvasorr only spawns if you download the Alternative Armors Dragonplate Creation Club DLC. Other than that, this guy just isn't all that interesting. Just another typical bandit, robbing and pillaging his way through Skyrim. And of course you know I had to save the best for last. Our final Khajiit has been the topic of discussion for many years. Is he a mere man? Is he a mortal? Or is he a god? Well, he could be all of these things, or none of them. Because ladies and gentlemen, our final Khajiit of the video is Maiq the Liar. This kitty has been around in every single Elder Scrolls game since Morrowind. A constant source of information, or misinformation if you consider his name. This Khajiit is notorious for sharing his knowledge and opinions to whoever will listen. Maiq appears in random encounters in Skyrim and spews lines that should be taken with a grain of salt, such as,
Maiq was soul-trapped once. Not very pleasant. Dragons were never gone. They were just invisible. And very, very quiet. Some say Alduin is Akator. Some say Maiq is a liar. Don't you believe either of those things?
His variety of lines make it so that each interaction with him is unique, and makes him one of Skyrim's best Khajiit characters. A fan favorite for many years, Maiq is definitely one of the Elder Scrolls' most mysterious characters, and I hope we can see more of him in Elder Scrolls 6. Alright guys, that was every Khajiit in Skyrim. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.